The Tory MPs prepare for Boris Johnson's resignation, and we discovered that Downing Street used MI5 to spy on Dominic Cummings. Hello everyone and welcome to today's first video. It's Monday, so we have a lot of stories about this row between Downing Street and Dominic Cummings. It's kind of moved away from just being a political gossip story from the Westminster bubble to a national problem for the government and establishment in general. Tonight at 8 p.m. we also have a live stream, so we're going to discuss this and a number of stories as well, so make sure to tune in at 8 p.m. UK time. But we are now hearing that 6 cabinet members are now getting ready, preparing their leadership campaign team already, even though the Tories are still doing well in the opinion polls, but they know that this Dominic Cummings saga could bring down Boris Johnson's premiership. So of course we don't really have the names, but we can speculate. The likes of Rishi Sunak, even Priti Patel, Dominic Raab maybe. They are speculating even maybe Matt Hancock might come back for the second time to stand for leadership. Not sure how that's going to go, but the latest that we have is from The Express, talking about how this row will continue for weeks because Dominic Cummings is going to come to Parliament on the 26th of May to give evidence to select committees, and Downing Street are quite worried that all these leaks and attacks from both sides will continue for some time, which again, the general public will probably get sick and tired of it, but it is at this point quite important. And as The Express says, it is understood that at least 6 leadership campaign teams have already been prepared in case Boris Johnson resigns. A member of one of the teams has told The Express that we are all on standby now to see what happens on the 26th of May. Now, Dominic Cummings' lines describing Boris as lacking in integrity and competence are shocking, but more important is his apparent willingness to tell all to MPs at this Health Select Committee. That's true, because he's got a lot of text messages, a lot of evidence that could be damaging. They are saying that he may be bitter, but this could actually bring down the government. So on the one hand, we know that Dominic Cummings has made a lot of claims, so you've got two sides, and they have supporters. You've got Boris Johnson's loyal tribalist Tory fans who would all just, of course, defend Boris Johnson regardless of what happens, and they don't like Dominic Cummings. Then you've got the anti-establishment side who are tired of Boris Johnson, so they're going to back Dominic Cummings. But in this whole situation, tribalism is one thing, and the facts are something else. Because we know that government sources are freaking out. They've said that they could not possibly see how it's wise to start a big fight over this. And they know that the issues that we've discovered recently with the lobbying scandal and everything else involving senior civil servants and ministers could actually change everything that we are seeing in the opinion polls. Because as I've been saying recently, yes, Boris Johnson is doing really well in the polls. The Conservative Party is doing really well because the Labour Party are not really offering any alternative. But with the elections coming up and everything else after that, we could see some sort of change in the polls. The problem is that, as Dominic Cummings has claimed himself, he's now going against the whole of the establishment. It's no longer just about it's between Boris Johnson and Dominic Cummings. It's about Dominic Cummings versus the Whitehall machine, Carrie Symonds, who's Boris Johnson's fiancée, and a number of others. And so, of course, you're going to have two tribes attacking each other. And the problem is that with everything going on, it's not really looking good. There are a lot of leaks happening right now from Dominic Cummings and others claiming that Boris Johnson didn't really want to go into lockdown, and he said certain things that he just wouldn't really want to do it. But the government aren't really helping themselves, because The Guardian, I know it's The Guardian, but it's a report that came out of the government saying that Number 10 have now ruled out an urgent inquiry into what's been happening since last March. Well, it's about the mistakes that the state have made, and they're trying to basically cover it up. Of course, there will be an inquiry, because they will be forced to do it, but they are ruling out an urgent inquiry. And this is, again, it's just a bad look for the government at this point, because we know that, again, thanks to the Mail, that Dominic Cummings has apparently been recording conversations. And now there's an issue when it comes to the legality, because of confidentiality between conversations that's happened. But if he could use them as evidence in his own favor, then it could change the whole game, because he's come out with a lot of comments that the Downing Street team have said in the past. And for example, about senior civil servants with a lobbying row, Now, we don't really know how they're going to react to it, because we know that the civil servants are getting ready to defend themselves, because Simon Case from the Whitehall machine has come out to claim that there are no senior civil servants who are holding any second jobs. So this kind of the conflict between their second jobs that are linked to the external organizations, especially private firms and lobbying firms, and their actual civil service jobs is not really a problem. I'm not really sure how that's going to go, because his research said that has not been made aware of any instances that senior civil servants holding outside interests which are considered to conflict with their roles or with their obligations under the code. He might be right, or he might be wrong. Things will be revealed soon. And again, 26th of May is going to be a big date if Dominic Cummings has enough evidence, again, not just against Boris Johnson, the Prime Minister, but against people in Downing Street and the Cabinet Office in general. Now, the problem that we're now facing is that a lot of stories are coming out. It is getting slightly dodgy. Everything is getting quite cloudy, because MI5 were ordered by Downing Street, apparently, to spy on Dominic Cummings and his messages. So they claim that he was behind, he's been blamed for a lot of problems, including leaks to the press, and they've obviously had a probe by the security services into his WhatsApp messages. Now, this is also a different problem. Now, it could be a leak, and he could have done certain things, but having the MI5 getting involved with this is going to destroy all the bridges. We're going to burn all the bridges between, well, not just Dominic Cummings' side, but a lot of people who are anti-establishment, but there are still Tories. This is going to escalate for the next few weeks, so prepare yourselves. If you're going to be sick and tired of this, it's no longer just political gossip from the Westminster bubble. It is going to affect the whole of the national government and the country in general, the stability of this country, still thanks to the incompetent people in charge at this point. To be fair, from both sides, it's no longer just about the Tories, where you have Sir Keir Starmer's Labour Party just hanging around for absolutely no reason. This happens. There's no scrutiny, there's no opposition. So that's what we're actually dealing with. And I mean, senior civil servants and government advisors, including also ministers themselves, are quite worried. And they've come out to say that for months, the Prime Minister had been enjoying his most stable spell in government, with the vaccine rollout and everything else. But now the Dominic Cummings stuff is coming out. The lobbying scandal has been revealed. That's why one of the insiders from Downing Street has said that after the departure of his closest allies last year, the Prime Minister has become increasingly isolated and paranoid. He has become known in some circles as the King Lear Prime Minister, and we all know how that ended up. Yes, he, at the time when he had Lee Cain and Dominic Cummings, of course there were tribal battles inside the establishment between them and the rest of the Whitehall machine, but then there are problems between Carrie Symonds and Lee Cain and Dominic Cummings as well. That didn't really help. There are a number of articles today, especially from Dan Hodges and others, about the relationship between Carrie Symonds and the government, but that's just speculations. We don't really know all the facts. We just know that there have been some problems that's been created, and we have voted for the MPs, people like Boris Johnson and other ministers, to be in government, not the unelected officials. And also the people who are not even officials. They're not elected or officials. So this is the problem we're currently facing. But at 8 p.m. tonight, live stream, I'm going to be discussing this and a number of other stories, especially the Labour Party, who are now pushing to rejoin the European Union. Who else? I mean, it's been it's been a few years, 5 years. We've been waiting for Sir Keir Starmer to pick a side. He decided at the time to come up with the idea to rejoin the European Union. That didn't go well. He became leader, and now he's talking about how both sides from the Labour Party, you got the one side who's have accepted the result, and one side who still want to be pushing him. He's still not showing any leadership. I'll see you guys at 8 p.m. to discuss this and a number of other issues. Thanks again for watching. I'm Tousi, and I'll see you guys soon.